Execration's turn to ban.
Welcome back, everybody. Game 2 of VP vs Execration. What a big upset, Winter. Game 1, Execration taking down VP. You don't seem surprised. The look on your face seems to say...
I'm surprised by the bans. They ban out the Void. It's like Void did not work out for us the last game. We're banning out Void this game.
But they think it could work out for other teams, I guess. They think it's good, but they don't want to play it.
So this tells me maybe they rate this hero highly. Because I know a lot of teams in the event, in the first series, they've been picking Void. And I noticed like the hero has been pretty good in pubs, like for me.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
Seems like the top tier meta picks right now are kind of like the Void. Night Stalker seems like the most valued hero. It feels like every team is first picking it or first banning it.
I'm very surprised that Nyx is not banned.
Yeah, Nyx isn't banned. Darkseer was left in the pool. I mean, you talk about the most banned hero against VP, one of their best heroes. They're not going to first pick it, but I think that's largely because they know they can get it with their second pick. And no one else plays the Darkseer like they play. Pasha does.
Yeah, Darkseer by all means is not like an OP, very strong hero. It's
Is
just
it
that
OP in VP's hands, though?
that's because they play him well. I don't think it's like OP.
Yeah.
You need to play it that well to make the hero look good. Then it's just not an OP hero.
Really speaks to VP's strength that teams ban it against him despite the hero not being a top tier pick.
So Execration goes for the Lich again. They did play a Lich earlier. Like a few teams actually ran Lich. Envy's team played Lich twice, I think. I think Lich is like... not sure how to describe the hero. Like you pick the hero, win the lane. Your job is to win the lane, right? So if you win the lane, and after that you don't really do too much. And generally when you see Lich being picked up, it's to counter like some physical lineup, like against a TA or a push line like a Terrorblade TV. They pop their spells to push the tower, you TP in, put your ice armor on the tower. So that's pretty much when you see Lich popping up. But right now they're just picking the hero because they think the hero is good. It's gonna allow you to have like some 2-1-2 annoying lanes, that's for sure. But I'm not a big fan of like the first phase Lich. I think Lich has to be picked with like a purpose to counter the enemy's like core heroes.
Because now VP know what kind of laning deficit they're going to be up against. They can adjust picks a bit.
And they picked the Venom. Oh. Execration got VP converted.
I think a lot of people are converted by the Venom at this point with not just today, but previous tournaments. E.g. at some of their recent showings, really, I think we're one of the teams that highlighted this hero's strength.
The next cheese is like the enemy has all magic, they pick Venom, they think they're cool, then you pick Husker. That's the next cheese, you know?
I mean, we've seen Husker come back a bit.
And they ban AA, so...
Well, the cool thing about Venom is, you know, there's so many different builds. He can go the Halberd build, he could go right-click, we've seen right-click DPS, I've seen like SMY Venom's Silver Edges, you know?
The carry build is definitely very good against Husker.
Yeah. The hero has many avenues open to him.
I feel like Sky game.
Or Execration.
I mean, that's what you do, you know? If you think that you're against an opponent that you can't actually beat by playing normal, the first game you try to push them. Second game, you try to cheese them with like a brute Husker. But this team obviously doesn't play Meepo and Brute, so they ban out AA, Rider. Those are heroes that are good against Husker. I don't know. Just
you see the AA ban and you're just like, eh.
I'm thinking.
Why else? I mean, actually, the AA ban, yeah, like they haven't got any healing heroes.
I'm thinking in their mind, they're against an opponent that is favorites to the tournament. So to them, they're either gonna try and push or do some cheese strats against their opponents. You're not gonna try to play standard and normal dotes, you know. You're gonna get outclassed.
Very bad.
Execration's turn to pick.
Nyx spanned out after the last game. team that you feel like is going to run the Shaker more in the offlane or the support role?
This team, both roles. I think more of a Raging Potato. Should be Raging Potato. But it's still possible on position 4. Apart from Husker, I think could be a good anti-mage game. Anti-mage is good again. This kind of like push lineups.
Very good here against Venno in general, I feel. He doesn't get slowed by all the poison and stuff.
Okay, might be an anti-mage game. They went for co-op. Generally you pair co-op or puck with anti. Because you keep like speed pushing, shove the waves out, and you're very difficult to catch as a co-op. So or puck.
10 seconds remaining.
That might be the thing. Might be a case for them. Pick AM.
5 seconds remaining.
And you're probably not gonna get a 5th pick AM because if the lineup is so good again with anti-mage, generally not gonna get it.
But they may just try and risk it, I get.
Yeah, they're gonna if they want to pick AM, they're gonna next pick the hero. They're gonna pick it next.
Yeah. Do you think there's a chance they risk saving it for 5th pick though?
Nah. I think if
want.
AM is that good for a last pick, the enemy is gonna ban it.
They may feel it's only going to be good if they can see more of VP's draft though, because VP will still have 2 picks to deal with it.
Yeah, but I think if it reaches to that point, the AM is very likely gonna get banned. I don't know. I just
that's the beauty of Dota 2 and draft. There's so much mind games going on. There's some heroes where you think you may just be able to win the game with it, but you also don't want to pick too early.
Okay, this hero is pretty good against AM. Decent catcher. The glimpse into Static Storm.
You know, they haven't banned Darkseer. It's almost like they want that anti-mage, but... Oh,
okay,
well, that's kind of their... Typically a safe laner. They could run like a Necro Lich lane, though.
Might be an off lane. Raging Potato plays the hero sometimes. And
They're trying to...
Lich,
They're trying to mind game them, you know? It's like, we picked out carry. Don't worry about anti-mage. We picked out carry, guys.
Lich Necrophos could be a pretty good dual off lane.
You know, I think the anti-mage are on the right track because they didn't ban Darkseer, you know? It's like, they want them to Darkseer because AM is so good against Darkseer.
I mean, that still tells the AA ban because...
Yep.
Still, everything still kind of explains itself. And Bat Riders is also really good against Necrophos. They might have already pre-planned that they wanted this hero.
Husker is still viable this game is another thing. If they ban the AM, they could consider the Husker.
Yeah, but the thing with Husker right now is you are not going to have any... Because you already picked the Necro, so you are not going to be able to pick a...
Correct.
The thing that I worry about picking Husker here.
No Oracle, no Dazzles, no Winter Wyvern, whatever it may be.
Yeah, the ones thinking about the range.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, we talk about anti-mage being great for Execration. It's actually great for both teams right now.
Okay. Image. It's an anti-mage meta right now. Like a lot of...
Very good hero, for sure.
A lot of games that you nowadays, like you feel AM is a good pick.
Get the Darkseer. They played into Execration's hand with a potential anti-mage pick. Will they ban it, or will something else happen?
So basically, if they want to pick anti-mage right here, they do a Lich Necrophos dual lane to pressure the enemy.
Anti-mage is kind of...
1v1 Darkseer. Yeah, AM will do okay.
Okay. Could see some Shaker movements too.
5 seconds remaining.
Be the...
Yeah, that actually sounds good. That sounds good. Sounds good. Pressure the Disruptor plus whatever. Maybe it might be actually a Disruptor, but yeah, a Disruptor plus Venom. Sand King will be roaming.
It's also where if you're VP, you don't want those lanes, so you may send Venno Disruptor to the off lane and put Darkseer against that Lich Necro lane, so that's where the kind of mind games come in with the laning setup too.
The other hero that could... Nice... lineup, I'm thinking some... Alchemist, because they have Venno, they don't Hydro, I don't know. Because their heroes all have Agonims. But it's a hero that we don't see anymore. Like very long... The last time I saw Alchemist is...
It was played once recently, I think at MDL by Sumail.
Yeah, but he was nerfed, because he was nerfed quite a lot.
Yeah,
previously.
he won that game, but like it was one of those like, whoa, Alchemist is still a pick, and they did win, but we never saw it again.
Yeah, the nerf on the Chemical Rage and downtime is...
Did get some small little buffs recently.
With the greed, right? The grievous.
Yeah, I got a bit of extra gold from bounty runes, and can't remember exactly what. Does Chemical Rage get a tiny buff?
And the stun, I think the stun got buff. Yeah,
that sounds right.
And some of it, I think it's stats as well. Something
armor or agi gain or something.
Yeah,
I think it's agi maybe, so he gets more armor. But yeah, he did get some recent buffs. Lifestealer ban. See what And that might lead to expecting a potential Venom mid. Definitely a hero no one's played in that role before.
Yep.
And they ban Witch Doctor, expecting the Shaker offlane Necro carry. So if this is a Necro offlane with a Lich, then definitely Execration have caught VP by surprise.
Execration.
Similarly, we could see something totally different.
Assassin.
EA. One of no one's best heroes in my mind.
Very snowballing. Everyone is gonna be able to fight with very items. They have like a very fast lineup. They don't have to farm too much. They're able to run at you, pressure you. Not too many long cooldown spells. They have catch, they have Roshan potential. It's like a kind of general balance lineup. How will Execration react to this? Anti-mage is not that great in like early stages to get items because TA can kill it. A lot of minus armor.
Yep. Something standard. We may just see the Necro go into that carry role like VP kind of may have anticipated, but see. Does feel like a hard lane for a safe lane carry. When you have Lich in your team, like you want to carry like a Necro who can be a bit more self-sufficient because Lich does not want to be like a safe lane support. He typically goes off lane, helps out mid. He wants to go and deny. He wants to deny from the lanes that are more heavily contested. So we may just see that like Necro
safe lane.
stacks here.
Yeah, Necro safe lane or Shaker roam.
Yeah.
Some BB like hero, like a lane holder.
Another bristle.
I mean, you just need a lane holder, BB, LC, or maybe like a duel, something like that. You sit in the lane with the. You want that kind of hero, you know, sit in the lane, farm, and the Lich just denies. And
Or you could play I guess the Shaker off lane, but what will it be? It's a Drow strat. Ah, Drow Necro Quap. 3 range heroes to benefit from the aura.
Another push Drow.
Huh.
Drow is
Raging Potato Quap. Is this going to look like an offlane Quap? Unless they do some swaps here, but
because
I would not have expected that.
I mean, Necro with the Ghost Shroud is very good against TA before she has.
But at the early levels, I feel like last hitting Quap maybe does a bit better because you've got the Shadow Strike.
But they do have like a Lich Quap duo lane. Feel very formidable.
Yes. The offlane, I feel like, yeah, Lich Quap, Lich Necro, it's not.
I mean, even
either is fine.
Even Earthshaker. But with the Drow, then I'm very unsure. Because Drow is not a carry that you leave alone.
And that's also a hero that, I mean, I can't remember who I was talking to. Someone was just mentioning, one of the pro players was just like, every time you see a Drow, you know, if you can aggro trial in that Drow, you want to like try and pressure the Drow in lane. This hero is incredibly weak. She gets under-farmed, under-leveled, gets at level 6 slow, and it just can help win you the game.
It ruins her move.
So potential for some kind of scenario where VP maybe switch up their lanes, but does not appear to be the case.
Their lanes are not even that. Don't think they will actually do it. They're probably just gonna do like their standard disruptor, like Banner, like 2-on-2 lane, Darkseer Sank, pressure the Drow. But on the other hand, I'm thinking like against the Lich lane, you want the Darkseer to be against that lane. Then you put your carry elsewhere. That's what I feel. But still, you know, at the end of the day, Venom is also not a traditional kind of like a carry. Like you're fine against a Lich. He's like a very self-sufficient carry.
Find out what's gonna happen here in the early game. It will be Drow headed to the offlane, Raging Potato being given the 1v1 against Darkseer on the Queen of Pain. This is definitely a player, I mean, Raging Potato, much more well known for his mid and carry role than his offlane play, a role he's kind of adjusted to over the past 6 months. And we've even seen much more kind of farm-intensive offlaners for him. He's still, like, last game on the Bristle, you know? Whenever he can get these 1v1 matchups, he loves to be in this position. So this is putting Raging Potato kind of in his element.
Yep, I agree. He's not a natural offlane player. Like more the core-ish. He's a bit like KP when he first transitioned into offlane. He farms a lot. Doesn't look like a, but KP has so far already moved towards a more offlane kind.
Definitely adjusted since then, but yeah, I definitely think it's a good comparison to make. Yet to see Raging Potato fully adjust to that more selfless.
Is another career snipe incoming?
I mean, VP have kept their career at the base. It looks like This Radiant Courier could have been sniped, perhaps. Or Solo may have been scattered by this Radiant ward.
Thanking.
Oh, not going to get it. He's not fast enough.
It's the one right click.
Yeah, and the Courier is faster than him, so even if I think even if he got that first right click, he may have...
You might be able to get it because you get the right click and then you Barrow Strike for the extra range.
Oh, yeah, with the Barrow Strike actually. That's
then you get another click. Yeah. Just for the trick.
Those just Courier shenanigans. Lil actually already taking a bit of damage. He needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, let's say tango your way through. There we go. Gets now gonna get the right clicks off.
Gem 4 battles, you know.
We saw it last game a bit too. Nando, speaking of well, not battles, is gonna be first blood for VP.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Drow on the off lane. He needs to be more patient to wait for the creep back. But then again, not sure why. Like usually when you do like Enigma or some lich off lanes, you want to block both the camps. They do not even block one of the camps because the reason being you're pulling the wave back and you do not want the enemy to get the wave back to their tower. So it's extremely important to block both the full camps when you are playing like a lich, right?
That is not the start Execration we're hoping for with this laning setup. But Drow is back, already continuing to farm. Sand King rotating on up as well. As I'm not sure how long Drow can actually stay in this off lane. They may be forced to kind of...
This is really bad. They are not going to protect this Drow very well. The pull is just going to be a very big problem. All these pulls happening right here on the Dire side.
Yeah, we saw it. Well, I guess the Radiant may try and counter it with their own pulls, but...
And bottom lane, Quap against Dark, so I think this matchup is actually up.
We're seeing slight Quap advantage for now. Over time, Darkseid may just start creep skipping waves, farming the neutrals as well.
They block the cam, that's why. Oh, this is also very important.
Oh yes, yeah.
So the Darkseid can't push.
Yeah, you Iron Shell, you farm push the lane, and then you pull that side one.
Solo.
Oh, he's blocked by the fissure. Ara wants the kill. He won't get it though. Fire Strike comes in. The Radiant Courier. What happened to that? What?
Mid lane stuff, you know, taking the Courier. But
did it die mid? The Courier?
Yeah, it was mid.
TA
but
getting
it was a TA.
Must have mismicroed it.
That your chick has to so far up the lane. Or maybe did he like kill it in 5 lanes or something?
I have no idea. This is not my... I don't know the Courier hotkey. Find where it died. Where's the instant replay? Nando, oh my gosh, this laning stage is a disaster for Execration. They're going to lose more. More in multiple lanes. Pasha gets a solo kill bottom. He does die for it, but that is well worth it. He gets experience.
He killed the...
Killed the Quap. Killed the Quap first, Winter.
Probably the Quap trying to kill him. Quap died. But...
Probably the Quap tried to kill him and the Quap died.
Yeah, you're not going to try to kill the Quap as a Dark.
You're not. Well, that is a Quap now TPing to the offlane as Raging Potato says... This is less about Raging Potato. This is more about Nando needing a lane to farm by himself. Lil sees this and is like, don't worry, bro, I'm coming. I'm going to come down bottom, I'm going to grab some bounty runes, and I will be there in a jiffy to look for more kills. A Sand King with Iron Shell? This is a Drow with no boots. This Drow is in a world of trouble right now, I feel.
Is he gonna die here?
Radiant Ward scouts it, so
I
that's...
mean, if he dies here, he's gonna probably say, get me out of this
He sees them coming, but I don't know what the play is. Seeing them coming will not solve this. Illusions are there, they may help tank the tower.
Where's the TP back up?
Well, there's one. Oh, he doesn't get the right gust! But they don't go for the kill.
Okay, TP back up, enough.
Yeah, Fissure threat alone. They could have perhaps even gone for it, but would have been a bit risky. They're still going to pressure this lane. They're Iron Shelling it, they're spamming it out. Don't want to get this Drow an easy time, and Sand King still has an Iron Shell. It is going to be top lane where they get a kill. Lil is swooping his way in. Nando's still stuck beneath this tower as there's going to be a Burrow Strike. It goes onto the Shaker instead. Lil's Iron Shell has been renewed, and he just wants this kill. We're missing kills all over the place, but this bottom lane is looking to be quite the aggressive place to be at. As what happened? Can you recap? What did I miss in my...
I'm watching the bottom lane, the same as
you know, the bottom lane is where I'm hyped to see, but...
Okay, this is the kind of game where Caustic... You see? You don't always go the sandstorm as well. Like if you're actually doing this kind of thing, you're running in, trying to set up kills, then the caustic will provide more value for the set.
So it looks like top lane was a 2-for-1 in VP's favor. Raging Potato got a kill, but then they lost 2 kills to get it. So Quap, I mean, it's Raging Potato, probably got aggressive, found a kill, but then paid for it with his life as well as the Lich's life. You know, sometimes as a caster, observer, you just, you know, you pick a fight, you want to stick to and watch, and, you know, you miss some stuff elsewhere, but... there's something very fulfilling and rewarding about seeing Drows get dived at their towers and going down.
Oh, I'm just looking at all this D-ward going down. XCT and D-ward at the top lane.
Mid lane.
Meanwhile, after D-ward mid.
2-man gank on James. Has a Ghost Shroud as well as a couple stick
Shroud,
charges. He
Death
may be
Pulse.
able to survive this
Should
one.
be okay. Stick and very quiet.
It's gonna be close. They're gonna go to the body blocks. They're gonna pull him back in. Actually, they may still be able to bring him down. Another Death Pulse is not gonna be enough to save him. It was tough, but they got it. No shrine available.
Yeah, there was no TP again. Like, the Earthshaker had a TP, I was looking at him. He did not decide to TP. Like, one Fissure would have definitely saved the Necro. The Necro took so long to die again.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna TP? No TP? Maybe he thought Necro was fine, but I don't... I guess he just decided not to TP. Maybe he saw it too late, then it was pointless to TP. But either way right now, so VP, they are pretty much winning all their lanes, all 3. I mean, the Quap is like maybe 2 lanes. They're definitely winning 2 lanes.
The Quap has died multiple times now and may die a 3rd time. Uh-oh, Rage Potato could get glimpsed back after a potential blink. Solo's just, he's like, you want to blink down bottom? Okay.
Oh, but why is he not... It was a level 3 disruptor, so...
I guess he
did not even try to blink.
could have blinked to the river and lived, but
Because
he just panicked. It's one of those things, I guess, in his mind, he just
I think
expected.
he thinks he's gonna die, or he thinks that they can't kill him because there was only 2. He didn't know Sand King was coming,
Yes.
and then he was trying to kill the disruptor.
No one going for the solo kill with a DD rune. Is he gonna chase for this one? Yes, he is! Meld Strike, couple more right clicks. No one needs to be careful. Gets the ultimate off, and James is going to push forward. He goes down. Queen of Pain turns it around, though. No one brought down. Double kill for Raging Potato. He's back in the game, that's for sure.
Yep.
Top of the net worth all of a sudden. He went from being like 3k net worth to 4k net worth.
Yep, because he killed the TA. TA was worth a lot of money, and he
Yes.
got 2 levels on top.
That is definitely one of those crazy moments where this is a hero like Queen of Pain who does scale very well, not your traditional offlaner.
Under attack. Regeneration. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dota
more?
nowadays, you know,
Comeback money.
it's also about the talent. Why Queen of Pain is so strong, the 25
Yes.
talent. It's so good, like,
What?
not only the 25 talent,
The
like
level 10 talent.
all
10
her-
strength.
all her talents. I think the 12% cooldown is also one of her better talents.
Mhm.
Like, I don't
For sure.
really see people getting the 90 gold. The cooldown is way better.
She definitely has probably one of the best, like, top 5 talent trees in the game. It's been nerfed a bit with the spell life steal, but it's
Yeah.
still very good.
That's like the bomb, you know, right there. Level 25. Back then when you can lifesteal with Blade Mail and you pop your Nick run in.
Yep. It was the good old days.
Good
Nice.
old, what do you mean good old days? It was just a few months back.
Making me feel old here, Winter. Guess it was. Nando gets a nice little solo kill. Well, not solo kill, with the help from a Shaker. Gets a kill. That's the level 6 Drow. The boost in damage output really being showcased there. And this is something that's going to travel across the other 2 lanes as well. Plus 29 damage.
Yeah, look at this Quap, man. Power trades with
Yeah, it's
9 minutes.
not your everyday offlane Quap. Well, safe lane Quap, I guess, but played by the offlaner. This is definitely Raging Potato being set up for success. I mean, he was actually struggling until he got that double kill. It was 2 and 3, and then suddenly he's top net worth off that double kill.
And you know what's the best thing about that? The Necro died before any of the kills happened, so he got all the
Yeah.
experience.
If Necroaxia was alive for the TA kill, he would not have. He would not be this far ahead. It's really weird how Dota works like that. It's like his teammate dying actually put him in a better position. Maybe not the team as a
Raging
whole.
Potato going for a solo kill on solo.
Gets it. The revenge is unlikely to be there. Raging Potato may actually fight Pasha on this one. He has got backup in the form of
Yep.
the Shaker.
He's going to. He
Yep.
is definitely going to.
There's the scream. Is there going to be no stick? And that's going to be another kill. Raging Potato. He says, I played Bristol and did the team thing in game 1. I had 0 kills. Enough. I'm getting kills this game. He's got 6 kills in 10 minutes. Last game he had 0 in 55 minutes. He's it's like, I'm done being a team player, Winter. He's a new man. You know, this is the Raging Potato. I think the fans and a lot of Dota 2 viewers kind of grew to love over time, over the last few years.
He's a very good example of a polarizing player.
Yes.
I mean, polarizing is not even enough, you know. He's like QO. Like, he can have like a very, very good game, and then the next game he can be the one showing it.
There's such high variance in his performances. We've seen not so much variance in this series. So far it's been, I mean, 2 back-to-back strong showings so far. There definitely were some moments in this game where it looked like he might get shut down, but... Okay, going on there with the double ultis, and the Fountain with the Poison Nova will not die.
Good TP.
Smoke down bottom here. VP want to find Nando, but it's going to be... Ooh, RR does scout them out. He'll tank this one.
I mean, you're a lich, you're like...
Thought he was going to like pop that tomb and throw a Chain Frost, but looks like he may be giving that elsewhere. Give that to, I don't know, to Drow? Looks like both supports don't actually need that tomb right now.
Good, I think.
This guy's level 68, he does actually. Yeah. He could have got enough. Be another deny, but... Potato, not going to get that kill, did not have ultimate.
Everywhere he goes, it feels like someone's
he's such a dangerous player. Like, those players, you just don't know what he's going to do next, and he jumps on you, you're just like, well, you're forced to like play. You instantly go in defensive mode.
Yeah, remember I told you in the last game, right, when you play support in C, play against his team, you never like playing against him because he will randomly do all those moves that he will. Even if you're around your teammates, he'll just blink to you next to you if he's a puck, and he tries to Dagon you and kill you right away and get out with the John.
And it's the kind of play when he blinks in you, your first thought is he's got backup, you know, like why would this guy blink into multiple heroes if he hasn't got backup? And sometimes he just won't, you know, he's just making a crazy risky play.
Hard attack, you know, if you're his teammate. Imagine blinks in and you're like, no one's around him and he has no buyback.
Execration head. They do leave the Drow bottom as they smoke up. This seems like time for the Drow to kind of get on board with the overall strategy. Not so much as like I think he just needs to stick with his team more. Be pushing top, be smoking up. He can't really sit too safely by himself anymore.
I mean now it's okay. Once his team show at top, then he should he shouldn't be once his team shows.
They go for the kill. They get the Venom.
Oh, he's still bottom.
Yep, he is to bottom. He gets to the Gust TP. It is just a level 1 Gust. The vacuum's going to cancel.
That's not good. He should have TP'd out just now.
Just pushed too far up and...
There's like no reason for him to stay there.
Well, once he cleared that creep wave, it felt like he just needed to get out. Like, it wasn't like you say, it wasn't even about his team showing top. It was about the fact, hey, there was no more creep waves to farm. You may as well ditch. But they are going to try and defend bottom.
He went in to buy something. Yeah, but he went in side shot. Just died.
Yeah.
Not good, not good. It's becoming like a very common move, like the carry moves to the off lane to pressure the other Satan when the top lane.
Chain Frost, they're going to likely bring solo down. The right click damage is enough. The Necro even gets it. He's going to get the regen now. No one has to probably back off because of this. James still has a Ghost Shroud as well as a lot of one-shots. He is so strong and tanky. Look at all these stats. Bracer, Null, Wand, and Treads. Most stat-heavy build imaginable for its price.
He goes for the 8 strength at level 10. A lot of the players like the 40 damage.
I think most players... It got buffed because it used to be +6 strength, and that was when I always saw +40 damage, but +8 makes it a little bit more tempting.
40 with draw damage? Come on, dude.
I guess that's why you go to the strength. No, you've already got the damage. You've already got +40 damage. Why do you need another 40?
The 8 strength is like if you're in a game where you feel like you need that extra bit to survive.
Maybe he's against, like if he gets silenced, he can't use some of those spells.
I guess TA is considered like hyper, and the other heroes are not. So that's how you feel.
They got the return. Raging Potato died for it. He Managed to get the kill here. Top lane, Nando. Ramsey's going to pop an ultimate here, but it was a bait. James is there with the ultimate. Will turn and get the kill. Nando should be fine. Has a salve, has heals. James will keep him fairly healthy and will salve up after this, I imagine.
Guess we have a game.
It's very close between these two teams. And we'll see what Execration look to do next. This Raging Potato Quap has been a huge problem. And the Necro has truly come along. I personally really love this plus strength build. I think it goes along with what he's trying to do with his item build, which is just get super tanky. I think he just wants to be as survivable as possible. He's going to be the frontliner. He knows that Drow is squishy. He knows that this Quap is going to be doing some crazy stuff. So he just wants to tank up. It's not his job to do damage.
There goes the old saying. If you're dead, you're not doing damage.
Yep. So the longer he stays alive, the more survivability he gets, the happier he's going to be. He gets a cloak next, like you're going to see a casual hood or even a pipe for the team. Yule's already on Quap. This is a great answer to the Disruptor. If you get glimpsed back into Static Storm, you can just kind of Yule's yourself. Doesn't even go for the Static Storm there.
I don't think he... Yeah, I think they feel like he can't kill him.
Yeah, I mean, if he Static Storms, he's just going to Yule's himself and buy time for the Static Storm to end. They do see Chemo. Gets blinked on now, has to drop the fissure, barely stays alive in time for this one. No one is taking damage. He blinked into this great vacuum combo coming out from VP. This is the VP people no one expects to see. That team fight coordination, that is VP.
Oh my god, that is painful. And
that is classic VP.
Quap died. That was a team wipe, just like that.
What? Showing. The Darkseer gets the perfect vacuum. Burrow Strike, the Blink Dagger was there for Lil, and they had the stack. That's the other reason they didn't Static Storm the Quap. They're like, no, this is where we team fight. We want to use that ultimate for the big wombo combo, and VP's Darkseer wombo combos is unmatched in the Dota 2 scene.
He did it without a blink on Darkseer, so he just ran us.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they were going on the TA right there. They featured, they tried to kill the TA, so...
Yeah, they kind of had to, because no one was going to 3-shot the Shaker, so it was like, you got to kind of turn and fight. No one probably got the order, like, blink in and create an opportunity for Darkseer to get a vacuum off. He did just that.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Like, a lot of the glimpse, I hear a glimpse. Oh, kind of paying my back to base, but in a lot of the teams, when you're playing with Darkseer, I know that players will just bait for me, so that I get a good ultimate off, like a good combo.
Yeah. And here, like, TA is great to do that because of the refraction. She can... Her blink timing is very good. She kind of becomes an initiator in some way. She doesn't stun heroes, but she can force a fight.
Yeah, because you're dealing so much damage that it forces the opponent to react to you, otherwise you're just gonna kill them very quickly.
See what the move is going to be here.
Some people would say it's called body image. Just go in.
Yeah.
No stuns, but you're just going in first.
Well, a lot of heroes who do that are doing that and dying in the process. TA not one of them because of the refraction. Especially if you can get the double refraction where you precast it, you go in and then you have a second refraction ready to go towards the end. Disruptor getting low, doesn't have a TP. Don't think there is an easy out for him. Quap will blink in, gets the kill.
Of course, Raging Potato is gonna go in.
Yeah. Especially with this Yule's pickup. This is like the perfect item for his playstyle, because if he blinks in and it's a bad situation, you Yule's yourself, and then you buy yourself like 3 seconds to have another blink up. Very close.
I mean, this is why the next talent, the level 15 talent, makes it strong. The 12% reduction with the Yule and the blink.
Yeah, your blink has shorter cooldown, and as does your Yule, so your time where you kind of don't have blink and your Yule's is down is even smaller.
You're becoming like a punk.
Yeah. It is a very good point. Well, here come Execration smoked up. This could surprise VP. No one already used his blink.
He's going in. No vision, he's going in.
Raging Potato. Whoa, he only catches the Darkseer. Not the best ultimate for him, and this is not looking like a fight at the shrine you want to take if you're Execration. Maybe time to call this one. The glimpse back on the Darkseer is there, and it's Quap. No mana to use the Yule Scepter. Does have it now, but won't have mana for a blink. And VP...
He missed his echo as well. He didn't blink.
Oh dear.
His blink got cancelled.
Is that the Venom wards, or...?
Yeah, the Venom, the poison thing. That's gonna be 3 heroes down. 1. Roshan's gonna go down.
Well,
All of a sudden, 2 fights in a row, BP. Taking them cleanly.
yeah, this is, I think, the VP execution we didn't see as much last game. Talk about VP, how they were looking pretty good last game, scaling into the late game, and then just didn't have the cleanest team fights. We're seeing it here. This is...
They were too relaxed, I would say.
Blink vacuum will cancel Chemo's TP, and he gets brought down. No one. Be a little bit careful here. It does have an Aegis, but looks like he may just lose it here. The right-click damage is formidable, and there is no Reaper Scythe for now to worry about. Just blink himself back to safety. To the north side is Raging Potato, of course, looking for the kill. He blinks in aggressively.
Yeah, killing the support, you know. Just Raging Potato stuff.
See a support, kill a support. And perhaps die in the process. That part is, you know, 50-50.
You know, that's the thing about having this kind of player on your... When you're losing the game, he might actually turn the game around, at least for you. Because he's making all those very risky plays. And obviously you can talk about, in a winning game, you don't want him
You'd rather the stable carry. You'd rather like the resolution or whatever. I mean, he's not a carry anymore. He's playing that off-lane role.
Yeah, that's why you talk about team composition. When you have a player like this, then you want a stable carry. Someone that's stable.
Is that James perhaps on this team in the mid
No,
lane?
Nando is sort of the safer player.
Nando?
James is also very risky. They have 2 very aggressive players.
That's where Execration traditionally been a very inconsistent team. They have some great results, and they have some games where they'll maybe throw leads or just not consistently perform.
Yep. That's how, like, a good example would be like VP, EG. They have found their balance. They have RTZ, which playing like somewhat like a very stable carry like Fear. How Fear used to play carry, and let Sumir do all the risky work. Neighbors is just, you know, he's gonna do his job.
Yep.
That creates somewhat of a balance between the way they are functioning. If you have 3 players that dives at the support and you see some opening and you just go in, then the team is gonna be having very up and down results because of that.
Yeah. Hey, that was the... Well, not really the old MVP. MP was pretty stable on that team. But
Yeah.
like, they had QO and 4F who were diving.
They have the right balance. They, like MP being the rock solid guy, he doesn't do too many flashy moves, but he does his job.
Yep.
And QO is gonna be the one that's suddenly blinking in, dying, or blinking in, killing.
Those are definitely the players when you're versing a team that's the favorite, great to have on your team. You know, the number of upsets MVP caused, I mean, at a certain point they were no longer upsets, was very impressive. I think a team like Execration, if they beat VP, that's a huge upset, but it's going to come off the back of a player like Raging Potato, who's going to find a courier sniper. Yeah. Wherever he goes, you know, it seems like there's some results.
Something to be gained.
Yeah. He's an action player, you know. He's definitely not a player you go in player perspective for, and he's hitting creeps, he's doing the efficiency thing, he's making the low risk plays. No, he's he's involved in the key action.
He's not gonna be like stacking. Oh, the timing for the he clears his cam and then they spawn again. He and stacks the other side. He's not that kind of player. He's always looking for kills. It
is still a lot of ground to be regained for Execration if they want to win this game. They're down by over 8,000 net worth. And currently it is VP driving seat with a lot of items and ability. Again, like, it does feel like they should be able to scale well into the late game. They've got this Veno who has gone for more of a right-click build.
I tell you, I've been in those games. You make one mistake,
okay,
and you don't have buyback and you're dead for a long time.
Yep. Definitely see how these big fights will go down.
He's a hero where in late game, unexpected stuff might happen. You make a bad... You might be making a normal mistake, like not a very bad mistake, but because of the Necro ulti, increase the death timer and you don't have buyback, it might be like just game losing, like one death in the late game like this. And TA late game is not exactly that strong. TA, he is a hero that, or she is a hero that 30 minutes, 25-30 minutes is very, very strong, but if the game like goes too long, then she's not gonna be feeling that strong anymore. Because you get kited easily, refraction charges late game not that great anymore.
Yep.
And there's a Lich, you know, Lich is like armor's pretty legit against TA.
He adds up 9 bonus armor.
The slow, you know. Very annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really more than 9 armor when you take into consideration the slow as far as how much damage it's reducing. But VP, with the advantage they've accrued, have focused their efforts on taking all these outer towers, but every time they do this, Execration on the other side, split pushing. Pop will clear some waves mid, go in the jungle, Drow farming the top wave. Disruptor is preemptively TPing, perhaps looking for that catch.
Yeah, the setup.
Not gonna find it, it looks like.
When you're playing against this kind of thing, you want to have like this kind of split push, you want to have lane wards set up, like heroes smoked set up, wait for them to come in. Do this kind of things, creep skip, catch them.
Execration does feel like they do want a few more items and key levels before they go for another big fight. Pop approaching that level 3 ultimate. On the VP side, everyone just seems a little bit further ahead in items, levels. Something that Execration don't currently have answers for, but are kind of stabilizing this game.
This corp is actually so fat.
This corp, you know, if you saw like a Raging Potato co-op, top of the net worth on his team, you wouldn't really think he's changed to play the offlane role for his team. This is not your everyday offlaner. And this is, I mean, it's not just about the player and the playstyle, it's also about the strategy. Drow strats, this often happens. We saw it earlier today when EG had a Drow puck strat. It was actually Universe with a lot of the highest net worth throughout the game. Just playing that ranged offlaner with a Drow aura, you often kind of do become more of a core hero than you otherwise would be.
Snipe the career.
He's not going to die for it. He sees his Disruptor. He's like, this is insane. He wants the creep wave instead, actually. Stopping the push. Needs to be careful. There's Disruptor nearby. Back in the mid lane, James. In the front lines, not too afraid himself.
I'm sure this Disruptor is done with this corp.
Top lane, meanwhile, the Drow is actually hitting the tier 3 towers. Can they cancel any TPs? Doesn't look like it. Nando. Shadowblade away. There is a blink and a vacuum. They don't really know which direction he went. They are pinging. They're saying, let's check this out. They get him. The guesswork. They scanned. That's how they found him. Now he goes for the TP. Do they have anything left for it? They're silent. Oh, they didn't have... They had glimpse, but he was silent.
I wonder why it took him so long to TP and then still work out.
I guess he... Yeah.
If he would have...
He thought the Darkseer might guess with the vacuum, so he wanted to wait for the vacuum before he TP'd, but...
Because if he TP right away, he would have actually still got out, but...
I mean, there's also a scenario where in his mind, his TP gets cancelled, and then it doesn't matter if you can silence them, because you can't TP, because it's on cooldown.
But to me, it's like if you get caught, you die.
He proved you wrong, you know?
I mean, in some ways, if you get stunned, somehow you die.
Alright, Kobe blinks into the stun! No one's Templar Assassin! Blinked into the follow-up stun. Does BKB now. Looks like he may get chemo. Yes, gets the vision from the trap. 1-for-1 trade so far, but it's a carry Venno going down. For the support Shaker, definitely a win for Execration. James. Initiated on, there is a hood, there is... Pop your hood, bro. Get that resistance, he doesn't do so, he is getting low, gets the Ghost round off still, James is still alive, needs to get a Reaper kill, will not do so. Elsewhere, Raging Potato trying to get the kills, trying to go for those supports, blinks in with his Shiva's guard, it looks like he'll get solo, no he won't, the poison damage not enough, he blinks to the side, just trying to save his own life.
You know this is right, every fight is going for the...
Yep.
He's trying to kill the supports. He lives to his name, you know. That's why the first thing I bring up about this guy is like, you're playing a support, you hate this guy.
Well, it's actually, and Solo as a 5-position support, I think has one of the highest death averages of like any of like the top teams. He often puts himself in these very aggressive positions. It's kind of his playstyle. And for Raging Potato, he's like, great, I'll farm your life all day long. Man, that was
not this time.
Necro going down there. The Hood may have actually saved his life, I feel. That would have been 300 extra health he would have had to play around with. Perhaps could have got a Reaper off. Yep. Some more heals.
That was quite a bad mistake there by the Necro, not popping the Hood. Maybe he would have gotten the Necro out on one of the guys there.
Yeah, if he got a kill with the Necro, I think he definitely can live through with the heal, but... hard to say for sure. Either way, definitely a lot to think about, a lot of buttons to push, and he does... get away from this gank though, the glimpse back into kinetic field, he 4-stops out. Wants to have that BKB so he's no longer afraid of the Disruptor ultimate, but Solo, seeing some of these items come out, is already building up towards an Ag Scepter. Okay.
Okay. He turns and fight.
He's trying to outplay them kind of. Here comes the Drow Ranger looking for the kill, but we'll see. A Glimmer Cape saved the Disruptor's life, and now he'll pay with his life. Oh, Execration, that is not what you want to see. Raging Potato's mistake turns into a double whammy.
Oh,
as they lose 2.
That Disruptor has to feel good like Solo. You try to kill me the whole game, try to kill me more.
Yeah. For Quap there, it was kind of a lose-lose situation. If he blinks away, he's going to get glimpsed back, so he tries to wait for the last second to blink when the Thunderstrike has worn off, but able to do it. Really feels like this Quap needs a BKB, and that's exactly what she's building towards. 1,000 gold away from it, but Roshan will be claimed in the meantime. Both BKBs for Execration, just not quite there. Say both, I want to say there should be a third, yeah, third. Drow as well. All 3 cores going BKB this game. Oh wow, that ward actually gave vision. They were so close to getting the glimpse at bottom. Could have cancelled a TP and been catastrophic.
Drow's BKB is not gonna come soon. Take a while.
Yeah.
And at this stage right now, if it's more or less gonna force it. It's gonna shove the lanes out and just run down one lane and push. They're pretty much good to go for high ground. I'm not really waiting on any big items. None of them are actually to get any big.
And too far up, my friend. The split push game has not been friendly in the last couple of minutes. It was working well to stall and delay the game earlier, but the last 3 to 4 minutes have seen 3 deaths, 2 of them on the Drow Ranger. All as a result of the split push. And Drow dead for 45. VP are going to be knocking on Execration's front door.
Well, they're gonna have to rely on some big echo slams.
Yeah. Even James doesn't have his BKB yet. He's 250 gold short. The Frost Armor will buy some time and slow this down a little bit. James really needs these last hits just to get that BKB up.
Yeah, he can't really stand in the front line without the BKB.
50 gold short. That is so brutal to see when a key fight like this is coming. He's trying to farm some of those Plague Wards to finish it off. Any little bit is going to help. 12 more gold. He loses the tower, has the money for it. Gets the initial kill. That's the Aegis down. That's not a bad start. BKB en route. James will have this for the ensuing fight. Dual Scepter onto the TA. No one. Does have the BKB. Now has a cheese as well, so he's just going to blink himself back to safety, but pretty good position here as Necro gets the BKB delivery. Whoa, 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 whoa. Raging Potato. Blinking aggressively. And it's Shaker set up with a solo smoke to the south. He is looking for that big initiation on someone like the TA. If you can get a Blink Echo and kill her before she BKBs, before she cheeses, that is how you swing a fight your way.
The shrine is up though, they wanna hold this shrine here.
Yeah, they're showing just that. This Shaker Blink is a dangerous item to fight against for no one on TA. The cheese is actually being passed back to the Veno, I think recognizing that he may be more of a target.
Like most of the damage is coming from the TA now though. I would say TA is like, if you remove that hero out of the fight, down to 2 ultimates on him, the Shaker, Necro, or 3 ultimates, you do it.
It's gonna be solo. Found and caught down, no Echo Slam needed. See, no one's TA hit level 25, gets those extra refraction charges. Wow! Lich did not go down there. I think no one thought he had the kill, but 15 health left on that Lich there. This aggressive Queen of Pain coming out from Raging Potato, trying to press forward the TP. From Lil, Blink Echo Slam available. Pasha blinks himself into the trees. They're going to find Lumic here. There is still a Blink Echo. Going to catch the Sanking. Doesn't hit the totem though. Lumic trying to chase after him. The Sonic Wave is going to miss! Oh no! The Yule Scepter dodge. Lil with a fantastic play will bait the Queen of Pain in. They lose Drow as well, and Execration getting outplayed by VP.
I mean, still like dropping the Echo on the Sanking, even if they killed the Sanking there, I doubt the fight would have been good for them.
Yeah. It was not a high percentage play, like you said, and Now high ground is a reality. VP, 15,000 gold lead. And the Rax in sight with no buybacks on those two heroes. Necro can't really do a whole lot. He's got this BKB, but he cannot 3v5. It's not even really a true 3v5. When your Shaco doesn't have Echo Slam, when your other teammate's just a support ledge, you are kind of on your own. James is going to show it here. He presses forward, trying to hold the base here. The Chain Frost doing some good damage with the bounces, but whoa, going to continue to do some good damage with the bounces. Perhaps a bit more than it should have, but ultimately VP get a lane of Rax, walk away with it, and they're back in for a little bit more, looking for a glimpses solo. This is the aggressive disruptor play we've come to know out of him, but perhaps a bit too aggressive. There's the combo, the vacuum wall, static storm, VP, wipe 3. In the blink of an eye, they've won a team fight, and it looks like one game 2. GG won't be called just yet as Raging Potatoes Quap respawns, but respawned into what? He's going to BKB just to dodge a Burrow Strike, but no damage will follow this. Lil is surged up, glimmered up. Raging Potato, his BKB wearing off, man. This is the end for Execration. Oh, he gets the glimpse even. GG. 1-1 for VP. I think VP showing what they can do here in game number 2. This was much more the classic VP performance. Great draft, great execution. There were moments where it looked like Execration were doing some flashy stuff with the quad, but ultimately the team fight play out of VP was fantastic.
Yep, the draw just got shut down too hard this game. Like too many deaths. Like even after the laning phase, she did an okay job coming back into the game, but too many like bad deaths, I would say. Like a bad death is like when you die and nothing's gonna be like your team can't even use the time that the enemy is ganking you to do something, and the lane's not pushed out. You're dying in a bad position. Like you just got caught too many times doing the speed push game.
Well, that does it. 1-1 draw. I think Execration can still walk away from this, at least with a sigh of relief. They got a draw out of this, and I think that's something to build upon. This group stage is not a sprint, it is a marathon. You're playing 8 best of 2s, you're playing 16 games in total. Big thing is you don't want to finish last place, get knocked out, you want to make it to the main event. Ideally you want to start in the winner bracket. Every win counts. A win against VP, one of the top 2, top 3 favorites in their group, is a huge win for them. So I think Execration, I think in the grand scheme of things, have to be pretty happy with the result.
Yep. Getting a draw is definitely a win for them.
Yep. Especially with the start to today where they had that 0-2 against LFY, I believe it was. So you got to get out of that danger zone of last place, and then you got to work towards trying to finish in the top 4, which is perhaps a bigger ask for a team like Execration. But we'll see what they can do. We've got more Dota 2 coming up. I think we've got an SEA Showdown winter. Fnatic TNC,
right?
Yeah.
Let's go, Parker.
Let's go. Let's take a quick break. I think we may have to hop into that one quickly. Last time we had like 2 minutes of downtime, so don't go anyways, guys. If you like your SEA Dota, this is the place to be as we continue with Fnatic vs TNC.